How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be making a track in Logic Pro using Apple's latest hardware. This is the M5 MacBook Pro and M5 iPad Pro. It's going to be a simple improvised EDM song. If we were doing hip-hop, I'd probably use FL Studio, but for EDM I find Logic works great. Alright, to start I'm going to open up an instance of Alchemy. It's a great stock plugin if you don't know. And there's a synth I have in mind for the bass line. It's the Analog Stack synth. It's got a nice euphoric sound, so we'll go with that. Just gonna sketch in a little chord progression. Should work just fine. Now I'm going to loop that a couple times and work on our other elements of the song. Now, one of the cool things about the Logic Remote app on the iPad is you get chord strips. To get those, you just go to View here, and it's where you'd normally find your keyboard, but you go to chord strips, and these are pre-made chords. Really helps in case you don't have an external MIDI keyboard, and if you don't know chords, it's really a nice thing to have. Alright, now I'm going to find a lead sound for our melody. I'm going to use Alchemy for that as well. I want to find something maybe that arpeggiates. Alright, this one could work here, classic acid patterns. Alright, now I'm going to throw some drums in here. For that, I'm going to try the step sequencer. And stock kit will do just for now. And I'm going to switch over to the iPad for this. So on Logic Pro for the iPad, you have a nice step sequencer here. To access that, you go to View again and Step Sequencer. And we'll put a kick on every first, and maybe a hat on second and fourth. Oops. I'm going to do that. Alright, let's see how that sounds. Alright, here's another bass I found that I'm going to layer in with the root notes of our chord progression. It's called Bass Patterns, and it sounds like this. Definitely like that sound. I might try something else for a melody though. It's usually how these tracks go. I'll start one way and end up with something completely different, but that's just kind of the process. So let's see what else we've got. Happens to work really well. Cool. Yeah, that's got some good movement to it. livens up the track, so we will take that. So one other thing I like to do with these kind of arpeggiated melodies is throw on halftime. It's a $10 plugin, and it really adds some space to the mix. I'll do a little before and after. Kind of a lot. And then this is with it. Adds a ton of space to the mix, and you can always create an automation to disable it if you want it to be a little more intense, like on a drop. But I really like how it sounds fully activated. I think we're going to go with this. Now I just need to change up the notes a little, see what works with that halftime, and we'll go from there. Alright, I found some notes that work for our melody. Not too bad. I want to add one more element, some sort of synth, or maybe even some effects. So, alchemy, as you might have guessed. And let's try soundscapes. This is a great sound. We're going to give this a go. Alright, now I'm just going to EQ each sound so that it sits a little better among the others. Fix a few notes on our lead here. One more thing I like to do in terms of mixing is just lower the volume on everything to 0 and then bring them in one by one, starting with the bass, just to see if they can be sitting a little bit better in the mix. So obviously could be made a little more complex, but that's pretty much a song, guys. So I will do another one of these very soon. Just let me know kind of what genre you want to see, and if you want to see other DAWs, I have FL Studio as well. But yeah, just let me know. I appreciate everyone who's watching this, if you made it this far, and you can hear the song on the way out. Thank you so much.